Hello everyone and welcome to the Friday stream where we like to be educational whenever possible. With me again is Remix. Remix, how are you feeling?
Hey, pretty good. Hello, stream.
Yeah, so if you don't know how this generally works is we take a developer, in this case today it's Remix, and they generally haven't been playing a lot, and we try to teach them some stuff, try to help out people, because, you know, new people are constantly getting into the game. In fact, I saw someone in YouTube chat say, hey, I'm new, what are some recommended characters to play? And so I'll just quickly say some that are based on the free-to-play legend rotation right now, and then I'll show you what I'm doing with Remix to help him kind of narrow down his character options. On the free-to-play legend rotation, some really strong picks. Bodvar, Orion, and Bryn are all really, really good. Generally, Sword, Hammer, and Spear are three weapons that are very, very easy to get into as a starting point. It doesn't mean they're any, like, weaker weapon or anything like that, but they're going to give a lot of good foundational tools that will help you as you progress as a player. So highly recommend Bodvar, Orion, and Bryn if you're just starting, like today, you just downloaded it because you're hype about the Kung Fu Panda crossover or anything like that. But we're going to get into some gameplay. Remix has been playing Koji for a little bit and was saying maybe you've been playing Strikeout to try out some other characters, but you've been liking the bow, so I'll pick you two more bow characters to try to play with. How does that sound?
That sounds good.
Okay. And then after that, I know you were saying you were having some trouble with gauntlets, playing against gauntlets specifically. So
Yes.
I'll also pick a gauntlets character to just kind of give you some stuff to help you in the gauntlets matchup.
All right.
Let me do some logic stuff real quick.
Yeah. You typically don't want to toot your own horn too much, but in this game, it feels like every weapon, you know, at least at the level I'm playing at, they're all pretty balanced.
Yeah.
I think, oh, cool. I'm going to be good up against this. Oh, no, I'm not. I get equally destroyed by anything. So
I think that's a relatively fair statement to make. Generally speaking, balance doesn't really affect you until you get to the top levels of the game. Like,
right.
anyone can win or lose with any weapon or legend, all the way up through Diamond. Every single legend in the game has been played to Diamond. So that is, if you ever say, "Oh, my character is worse or better," I think you're making excuses personally.
Right. Right.
All right. So the first character I think you should try picking up after Koji, maybe you're not feeling the Koji someday, is this Kaya, which I probably should have told you to play, but you know, it's whatever. So big things with Kaya. She's gonna have a similar neutralite, so if you go ahead and switch to your sword, because obviously bow kit, it's gonna be the same. Bow is the bow on everyone except for like the signatures. So we're gonna talk about the alternate weapon first. So if you do a neutralite, you have your pokey in front of you, right? So do a neutralite, yeah. Basically the same idea. With Spear, it's also got a neutralite in front of it. Probably the biggest thing to note is, like, obviously it doesn't hit as close. It doesn't hit stacked up. Sorry. Yeah. So you see, like, if you were in this spot with your sword, you would hit the core. But obviously I'm not, because Spear has a little bit more range. That's kind of the trade-off.
Right.
So that's kind of like the biggest thing, but it'll be used in the same situations. Like somebody's coming at you, quick reaction, you just press it, throw it out, and it'll protect you.
Gotcha.
Thing that's really, really nice with Spear is you have this downlight. It's an anti-air. So when people like to be really jumpy around you, instead of having to like throw out a neutral sig or things like that, yeah, you just hit them with this, and you just pop them up. And what's nice about that is if you'll jump again for me, you can go into a side air, which is a nice little combo. So if you remember your sword downlight side air, basically the exact same inputs. The timing will change a little bit as you get used to it, but it's exactly the same inputs of this is a downlight and then you do a jumping side air.
Okay.
Okay. And then the last move on the Spear, just kind of grounding kit, is you have this side light. And that's just a really nice, it's the same thing. Yeah, it'll move you forward. And what's nice about this side light in particular is if they don't have a jump, you know, you get stuff like that, right? So if they don't move out of it, then you get this easy combo into that downlight, and then you get your downlight side air, which again we just established you can do. So a lot of Spear players are going to practice this downlight as their toolkit, and we'll switch you into that so you can practice this as well.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the grounded kit. That's gonna be the bulk of it. Air kit, you have neutral air. This is a really good juggle tool. It's also really good just because it's a huge circle, right? So if you're like, I don't know where this person's gonna be, I'm just gonna put a circle around me. You see, you just kind of just put a big old circle. Side air, really good, just range poke. It's gonna be similar to your sword side air, where you're just kind of using it at a distance or off a combo. But the spear has just a little bit more range than sword. And then last one, let's put core over here, is your pogo. You'll see a lot of spear players like try to pogo like this, right? They'll try to just go back and forth on it. You don't see it too much. Usually it's used in the edge guard more. It's just a really good quick move. Thing to keep in mind if you're trying to use this is that it goes forward a little bit. You see how I'm like on core and goes forward a little bit. So you have to kind of keep that in mind as you're getting ready to use that, and then it puts them behind you.
Gotcha.
And then every spear player that you're gonna run into, and your silver and gold elo, does this a lot probably.
Yes, they do.
Oh, I missed a downlight. Crap out, right? Like this just is a good big old hitbox. The thing to note about that is you can actually hit them during this. So if you can time this correctly, you can try to hit a neutral signature on me. All right. So, neutral sig. All right. Well, that works. But neutral sig. That's the heavy button.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, nope.
Gotcha.
Without a direction, though.
Right. I see. So on the way down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That's right. Well,
I usually just have been getting out of the way and realizing that as soon as they hit the ground, they're kind of typically stuck there. But if I get in there just right, I at least get a hit on them.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you that's like the other way of dealing with it. If you want to be kind of smarter, or I guess safer about it, is you can just use your grounded movement, right? You can just dash away, and they're stuck here for a hot second, and then you just punish them, and that's where you go for your combos, right? So you can do like a downlight side air, your downlight recovery, things like that. Yeah, you've been practicing.
Yes, I have. Believe me, I think I did that versus a bot for just an hour. I was like, I gotta, but I did learn. Okay, you need to do it really quickly after it. Like you were saying, you do have to get a feel for some of these, and the training is a great place to do it.
Yeah, training is a great place to practice all this stuff. If we were in person, I would be having you in a training room doing all this, but
with a sweatband.
Yeah, exactly. You just lifting weights and doing combos.
I'd need montage music for sure. So
I'm sure we could find some. Okay.
Okay.
Since you're here, you're on the Koji. Can I get you to try a downlight down air? So it's the same like button timing as far as your attack buttons go, but it just you're gonna do a down input instead of a side input. Yeah.
Doing that? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, but a downlight down air. So like that combo you were doing with instead of a downlight side air.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Downlight down air.
Yeah, I gotta make you think for a hot
minute. Let me think. This.
Yeah.
Okay. He's too bruised up.
Playing two characters at once can be very difficult. Okay. Here, I'll just be the core for a hot sec. No, you gotta go for the down air. So you can actually just hold down on your left stick. Yeah. Okay.
Got it. You gotta tell me when something's is this a true combo?
It is a true combo if you time it right. It's a harder to hit true combo, so it's harder to hit true. But one thing that's nice about it is it does more damage and it sets up. So if you're able to hit this, so you see how it bounces me off the stage?
Yeah.
You can go for a recovery afterwards. So do a jump recovery after you hit. It might be too late at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just too late.
Go for your kill combo, downlight recovery.
Oops.
Downlight recovery. There you go. Okay. So I want to see if you can get a downlight down there. So this will be a really good. Oopsies. Sorry.
Well, I just learned that. Downlight.
Yeah. So you probably want to get a little bit more stacked up on it. That's where it can be kind of awkward because like obviously depending on how you hit that downer. All right, my cat is moving.
You're saying. Sorry.
You're good. What's up?
So downlight, down air, and then after he bounces, then I'm doing recovery.
Yes.
Got it. Oops, gonna get a jump.
Yeah, so this is where it gets tricky, right? Because you want to hit like more vertically because you're kind of hitting with like the far end of it, and you see how it's bouncing me further away. If you hit more vertically, then it'll bounce me more up and down, so that you can be in position for that recovery.
Okay.
But again, I'm probably too damaged at this point, so you want to go for that. There you go.
Right.
All right. I'm gonna teach you some Gauntlet stuff now, real quick. So come on into the middle of the stage. Okay. So you're likely getting hit by this, right? Like,
yes.
That's probably the biggest thing. So a big thing to note is this isn't true. So you can dodge, you can jump to get out of that. You can actually basically just press any button you want, and you'll get out of that. Okay, except like maybe attack button, but like you jump, you know?
Yes.
Like yeah, okay. So what's normally gonna happen is they'll do like this, right? That's where they'll catch you. And basically the whole idea of that is they're trying to catch you panicking and falling into bad habits or just like your normal habits. Because most people after they get hit by this, they're like, oh, it's not true. Okay, let me get out of that. So if you're always going up, then I'll go for a recovery afterwards. You know, like it's kind of that rock paper scissors of like, are you gonna react? How are you gonna react? And they're just trying to punish that reaction. So the important thing, obviously, when situations like that arise, is you want to just change how you're reacting. So, for instance, just dodge to the right for this one. Yeah, see, and then this time dodge to the left. Yeah. So then, oh, I didn't catch you. Now you're out. Now you have you've gotten into a better position. So that's like a very shortened and condensed way to think about that. And obviously, like what's usually gonna happen is you're in gold elo and they're hitting you with this, and you're like, oh, why can't I dodge out? You know, what happened? And odds are you're probably using your dodge somewhere else in between that. And that's why you're like, oh, well, I know I can get out of that, but I just, I've already used my dodge. So it's like you have to be a little bit more conservative with how you're using your dodge. You can't really like dodge in to like attack your opponent. And then the third thing that's probably happening is you're getting caught by like, let's see if I can hit this. No, I can't hit it with a controller. But you're probably getting caught by just like a nair, which is also another situation, right? Like they'll do something like that.
Right.
Same exact idea as this side light of just like do something different, just change it up. Usually you want to go for like 45s. So instead of just going straight horizontal with the dodge, you want to go for like a 45-degree dodge, up and away, down and away, things like that. And the thing to note, right, is like if you are getting caught a lot, and it's specifically with this gravity cancel side light, change your timing and then try to go more vertically if it's specifically the gravity cancel side light, because this can catch people who dodge down. So that's why you want to change and go more vertically, is because it doesn't have as much height on it.
Gotcha.
Okay. I feel like I said a lot of words and it maybe is hard to retain, but hopefully you know what I'm saying.
No, it's good to know I can get out of that maybe I've just been not, reacting quickly enough.
Yeah.
That I really can't. 'Cause sometimes it feels like, man, this guy's just getting me over and over. But you're right. It could be that I've spent a dodge, that it's in cooldown. All good points.
Yeah. There's gonna be people who are as you play more, you're gonna run into people who are just really stinking good at catching that one dodge. And the hard part is like when they catch that dodge, you're kind of stuck in there for a really long time. Like it can be really, really hard once you've burned that dodge tool, which is exactly the point. Like they want you to burn that dodge tool so that they can trap you inside of their damage build. And you obviously want to use your dodge tool intelligently so that you don't get caught in it. And so that's why it can be really, really difficult.
All right.
Okay. You want to practice your combos for the next 2 minutes before I show you the other character that I want you to potentially play?
And so the one he said was down. Wow, my hands are so used to doing that. Like I said, I'm just sitting there practicing.
It's good muscle memory. It's one of the reasons
Yeah.
why I wanted that to be in your toolkit before I taught you downlight down air, is because like there's very few situations where a downlight side air is going to be just net negative. Like it's generally going to be okay. It's a positive thing that you hit it. There might be better things that you can do, but it's generally not just like going to hurt you to do a downlight side air.
Right. Oops. Yeah, getting that recovery after that, that'll take a little bit of. It'll be the next things I'm practicing.
Have you been practicing just downlight recovery by itself though?
Not as much as downlight side air, because I was just really having a lot of problem with that.
Okay.
But
that's okay.
It's-
At least with downlight side air, you'll still be able to get kills, which is good. Again, another reason why I thought it would be nice for you to learn. Just downlight recovery, you might kill a little bit faster.
okay.
Do you know how to gravity cancel?
Dominating.
Okay. I'm gonna teach you something cheeky. This isn't a true combo, but it's something that can throw people off. Is do a downlight gravity cancel neutral signature.
Downlight, gravity cancel, neutral. All right. Hold on.
Oh, yep, do that. You gotta wait a sec because your dodge is on cooldown when you do that.
All right. Yeah, I can't do them that quickly. I have to really think about it.
Yeah, there it is.
But I did it. All right.
Yeah, so that's a cheeky one.
Interesting. Yeah.
It's not true, but you can use it to throw people off.
Right.
All right, you can keep practicing. You got 10 more seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. Wait, that is true. Do you like gravity cancel NSIG? It's true? Okay, well then just do it. Nice. I didn't think it was true. Dodge cooldown. 1 second on the ground, 1.5 seconds if you're in the air and touch the ground, about 2 seconds if you're in the air and don't touch the ground. I thought it was one of those ones that you had to do downlight, chase dodge down NSIG. It's true if you dash into it. Okay, so it can be true. Okay. All right. Other character. So you can either play Kaya and you can practice those spear things I just showed you, or you can play Yumiko and I'll show you some hammer stuff. Whichever,
All right.
Whichever you prefer.
Yeah, let me get Yumiko. Yumiko's next door to Mordex. Mordex. All right.
Okay. We'll just do the same map. I like Small Brawlhaven as like a good just like practice map because there's not a lot of things that can get in the way.
Right. Yeah, I've been practicing on one of the biggest, craziest maps, and then I realized every time I go to play, it's not like that.
Yeah.
It's just this. So I'm like, I think I'm approaching it wrong. I keep having a chance to get a breather and run away from a bot or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. So again, same thing. Bow is going to be the same. The things to note about the hammer though is, okay, you have this neutral light. Same idea as the sword neutral light. You got those 2 kicks. If it hits, it'll do a 3rd kick. You see?
Gotcha.
But it comes out super duper quick. It's going to be your stacked option. But it doesn't have the same range as like the spear neutral light did, right? So, but it still comes out super fast. It's just a good like kind of get off me tool, or someone's coming at you. And next tool, your side light. You probably run into a lot of hammer players. You just do this, right, at your elo.
Right.
It's just a good poking tool. There's not a lot that you can do afterwards. After that, it's just kind of like mind games, right? Like you can dash in, do stuff, right? Expect the dodge in, things like that. But there's not like an obvious true thing. The thing that has all the true combos is, again, your downlight. That's kind of your combo starter for hammer. And you see it pops them up.
Right.
So this is where you have to think a little bit, okay? So at red health, you have a couple options. Usually stomp side air is your option. It'll go. But at white health, like, so you can try to do a stomp side air on me right now. If you did it at...
And then side air.
Yeah. So you see at white health, I'm not bounced high enough for that. So
right.
at low damage, do a stomp side light. Whoop. Oh, now I'm too damaged.
Stomp is down?
Yes.
That's when you're saying
Yeah,
stomp.
sorry.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
in my
no.
brain, I always change it to stomp. But down
Right.
light, side light.
Oops. So you're up enough to do that.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Let me just show you on this. Okay. So Kaya here is 2 damage for a stomp side air. Or not damage enough for a stomp side air. So you have to do stomp side light at low damage. You see that?
Right. Okay.
And then now that she's more damaged, stomp side air will work. So that's kind of like one of those things where you have to be able to read the damage really quick. Of course, you can look in the top right, or again, you can see the color they change when you hit them. See, she's now orange. Orange is stomp side air territory. The other thing to note is that when you're close, stomp can still hit, or downlight can still hit. You see how I'm stacked up? Downlight can still hit. And so usually in this position, you go for the downlight down air. And I think I showed you this like really, really early on.
Yes.
And maybe this makes more sense to you now that you've played a little more. But yeah, at really early damage, downlight down air is your go-to, or sorry, not really early damage, when you're stacked up more. So that's like another nuance of the stomp, is like knowing where you're hitting it, because if you hit it too close, then you can't go for the side air, things like that.
Gotcha.
With specifically Yumiko, one thing that a lot of Yumikos like to do is this the downlight Ensig. That's just a thing that Yumiko players like to do. And if you want to play Yumiko some more, you can go for that as well. But let's go air kit real quick. Neutral air. This is a really good juggle tool. It also can hit really low, so you can just keep juggling, and then you can get it for those final knockouts. See, you just keep that going. And then you have your down air. That's that scoop up. Really good for putting them in position for this, right? And then of course you have the side air, just that big swing and hit that I was just showing you a second ago.
Right.
And then you have your recovery. This one can be tricky. This is one thing. So here, we'll just put Kayabot right on this corner. One thing that's tricky about this is, wait, let's see what we can do.
You got to turn around.
I guess I can't hit it through the corner. Well, one thing that's tricky about it is it has that reversal property.
Right.
Why is it going that way? All right, I guess I can't do it. It has that reversal property.
Hitboxes. Right.
Yeah. I think I'm not getting line of sight, if I'm being honest with myself. But it has the reversal property, so if you're above it, it'll throw you straight down. So you'll see a lot of people get caught by that reversal, and then they'll go for the ground pound afterwards, right? So that's just where you have to kind of keep that in mind, is like, if you're going to challenge it, you either want to outrange it, or you want to go for something like a weapon toss if you're playing against a hammer player, because it can be it can be hard to just be like right on top of them. What else is there? Then you have your ground pound. It just hits really hard. It's really slow though, so you don't see it done raw too much. Maybe like if somebody does something stupid off the stage, they'll go for a ground pound, right? Like they're like, oh, just gonna threaten it, because it hits really hard. But it can be really, really risky. You'll see as you get in higher elo, hammer players will do this, and then they'll miss, and they'll go for the recovery immediately, expecting a punish, and just try to reverse that. But yeah, there's some hammer stuff there. Other Kaya specific things. This is just a really good space control. This is your down sig, and so you see like I can put these out, and then I can just like run around. And you can also use it as like a combo tool. It's just 2 damage for that. But if they run into it, they get set up. Where is it? There's a spot where it hits. There it goes. There you go.
Okay.
Like that.
So if you can catch them on the first one, it throws them into the rest of them.
Yeah. I mean, if you jump into the second one, it'll still like throw you into the third one, but stuff like that. I don't play enough guy apparently. And then the last thing is the side sig. It's just, it goes really, really far. Something that's tricky about the side sig, let's see if we can do it here, is it'll swing backwards. Let's see if the space is right there. Yeah, you see how it kind of threw her the other way?
Right.
Whereas like a lot of side sigs will just go straight. This one kind of swings both sides, like that.
Wow.
But
Okay.
yeah, there's some hammer stuff. Do you want to practice any of that hammer stuff?
Oh, I could practice.
So the timing for that will be pretty similar. It won't have like the 2-hit that your sword downlight does, but it should be pretty similar to your downlight side airs. And again, it doesn't work at low health.
Right. Oops. It wants to get orange. Oops.
Yeah, there you go.
Can get some of that. Okay.
Honestly, after like 2 downlight side lights, you can probably start going for a downlight side air. It doesn't take a lot to pop them up enough.
Dominating.
Yeah, when I first started that first week, I don't know what it was. I just could not get hammer
Yeah, that's okay.
action with Bodvar, but
So you see how your hammer swing is like missing on that down air right there?
yeah.
You can try turning around for it. Like go the other direction, but in the same spot. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, like
But
that.
it hooks it from the back.
Yes.
Oops.
Oopsies, wrong way. Oh well. So, here, let's teach you. This is gonna be super technical, and it's something that you probably don't really need right now. But I'm gonna teach you it anyways as something that you might want to learn anyways at another point. So you know how to dash jump, right? So you know.
Right.
Dash jump. Okay. So you're gonna learn about an X pivot, which is something that you can do. Certain moves in the game have some movement in them. You'll see it a lot in like blasters. So you'll see it with blasters dare and blasters nair. But you can do it with hammer as well. If you do a dash jump and then you pivot, and so you do that same kind of turnaround with your hammer dare, it'll scoop behind like that, and you see how it has that kind of weird like flow to it, and that's a really good tool to approach your opponent. You can also do it off stage, like on the corner, things like that. Like you'll dip low with it because you get that fast fall out, things like that. But yeah, it's really, really good to kind of throw your opponent off with that dash jump down air.
Oops. That's something to practice for sure.
That's something that like you're probably not going to get anytime soon. You're probably not going to need anytime soon, as long like you could just practice your neutral game, honestly. But it's just something to like put into your brain, because I'm sure someone in chat wants that. I'm sure someone in chat wants you to learn how to do a Russian mafia like this.
Right, they do. Oh, they definitely do.
Everyone in chat loves seeing the new person do a Russian mafia. It just, you're not going to need it right now. Like it's just not a thing that you're going to have to care about. If you want to learn it, I can teach you it. I can try to give you the general breakdown and just let you go take it in training mode, but that's up to you if you want to learn that.
Well, now it's on here, so I can come back and learn it when I'm ready.
Okay.
But I'm sure someone in chat was ready for it.
Yeah, I'm sure someone in chat wants you.
Yeah.
Here, I'll tell you it. You don't have to worry about learning it right now, but because I know you go and watch the replays, I'll just tell you it so that you can like write it down. But the breakdown is you have your downlight, that's your stomp, and then you're gonna do a chase dodge or a jump, a chase dodge forward, and a recovery. That's the first chunk of it. So that's what this is. Okay. It's a very tight downlight, jump, chase dodge, and then after that, it's kind of variable. It depends on damage. So obviously you're seeing, whoopsies. My bad. You're seeing they're bouncing too high for a down air. Like originally, you're supposed to go for a turnaround down air, but they're obviously too damaged for that. So now like you just kind of read out what the best move in that situation is. So you go for like a down air if they're less damaged. You go for a side air if you hit the recovery at just the right spot. Hit the neutral air if they're more damaged. Things like that. But yeah, so it's a stomp. That's your downlight. A jump, okay. Chase dodge forward, and then a recovery, all in a very small space.
Right.
And now when you watch the replay, you can be like, okay, how do I do that again? And you'll see people do that as well, like a gravity cancel downlight. But yeah. Any other questions before we start switching into the rank portion of this?
No.
No? Are you ready for the rank portion of this?
I guess so. Yes.
I gotta make sure you're emotionally ready.
Well, I mean,
what was I gonna say? Yeah, we'll see what you do. I think one thing that I'm literally already seeing right now with this is like, I don't like where are your dodges ever?
I don't know.
like you gotta dodge somewhere in this, okay? So if you ever start getting hit by this, you gotta press the dodge button. There you go. At some point.
Oops.
Remember you can jump after the second one as well.
Yes. Yeah, I'm mashing jump through that, but
oh no. I think you'll get better at knowing when to dodge as you play more. But
yes. Yeah, because in that I'm like, I pressed it several times, yet I
you'll get it. All right. When we go into ranked, do you think you're gonna stick with the Koji, or are you gonna practice some other stuff?
Ranked, I'm gonna stick with Koji, otherwise I'll never get my elo back.
All right. I haven't seen too much of your bow. How's your bow feeling? I know you were saying you're feeling good on the bow, but have you been able to do? All right. You do look like you know a little bit more about bow. I do want to see. Okay, if you can, I want to see you chase dodge more after you hit your bow stuff.
Okay.
So like, if you hit a falling side, if you hit a falling sider, chase dodge. Follow through with it, because they're gonna hit stun throughout a lot of this. So you just chase dodge with it. You hit a falling sider, chase dodge. Same thing. You hit that side light, chase dodge. So just chase dodge with a try chase dodging a little bit more, because it'll help you maintain your presence.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Player 2 wins.
Okay.
Yeah, chase dodging is still something I kind of have to think about.
That's fine. That's fine.
So, but I'll start incorporating that more.
Well, actually, wait. Oh, you're okay. Let's get you into a rank lobby. Give me the room number, and then we'll watch you play some ranked. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Please teach Russian Mafia. I taught the core of it. Obviously, I'm not gonna sit here and force him to learn how to do a Russian Mafia in this position, just because that would take forever. But I have technically taught the core of it. You can go back like 10 minutes and learn how to do that. All right. Do you have a lobby?
Yeah.
If not, I can make one and then hop out. That might be easier.
Okay. Yeah, maybe. I can't even read the numbers on the light background.
Yeah, I have to like tilt my
Like,
head
what?
and see maybe. Okay, see if that one works.
Okay. Hold on.
It doesn't help that I'm colorblind and just colors just all blend together normally.
All right.
I'm just like, is that a 7 or a 1?
This is join a ranked room.
Yes. Well, okay, you can just go to join a custom lobby and then put that number in.
Okay.
Can we see how many hours Remix has in game? I don't think hours are a good measure of literally anything. One, because we work on the game, our hours are skewed. Remix has like 100 to 1,000 hours of just sitting in training mode, listening to a blaster's sidelight. It's not exactly the best measure of time or of play time or experience.
I think I may need another game room. We had the same thing last week.
Oh,
I've put that in a few times. It's just not.
Oh, maybe try. Okay, hold on. Let's try this one because maybe I did misread that number. Okay.
Okay.
And then the other thing about hours played is that like a lot of people use hours, in-game hours, as some sort of like comparison point to be like, oh, I got diamond in 10 hours of game time, I'm really good. Or, oh, it took me 1,000 hours and I finally hit gold and I must be really bad. That literally doesn't matter because it's about how you use that time. Again, kind of to that same point about being developers is like, if you spend that 1,000 hours practicing one singular combo, then you're going to be really, really good at that combo. But if you're spending that 1,000 hours playing free-for-all, you're not going to be as good at that one combo. Maybe you're playing 1,000 hours of random free-for-alls. It's not going to be the same like experience translation. Sure, you're going to be generally more experienced in the game, but it's not quite the same. Let me hop out so you can hop in.
I'm saying it just says I'm spectating.
Yeah.
But now it makes sense.
And also, last point on hours, because again, people like to make these comparison points, is that hours don't translate life experience. There's a lot of people who come in with experience in other platform fighters, and so they're going to be at a better, or not a better, but they're going to be at a different starting point than somebody who's literally never played a video game before. Again, if you talk about Cirrus, he never played a platform fighter in his life before experiencing Brawlhalla. So it's just different starting points. Don't worry about hours, just play, learn, have fun. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I don't know how many actual hours in, say, ranked, but no idea.
No clue. We don't track specifically just ranked hours, I don't think.
Okay.
What was I gonna say? What is your platform? Well, actually, no, I'll let you play. I don't want to distract you. I'm gonna mute to you so that you can focus up.
Yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, this is a live game I'm in.
Chat, he's playing ranked, so I don't want to distract them. But y'all can ask me some questions right now. Usually when we go to the ranked portion of things, I'll answer questions from chat, and then once the match is over, we'll talk about, hey, here's some things that you could have done better.
Koji.
So yeah, feel free to ask questions right now, or whatever. Keep it to focused about like getting better at the game. If you have questions about like when is this thing coming or XYZ, I can't answer that. That's not like. How long is dodge cooldown? I answered this earlier, but it's 1 second if you dodge while on the ground. So if you do a grounded spot dodge, it's 1 second. If you dodge in the air and then you touch back down, it becomes 1.5 seconds. And then if you dodge in the air and you don't touch back down to ground, it'll be about 2 seconds before you can get your dodge again. Is it 2 or 3? I always get this number mixed up. I think it's 2. Is it 3? It might be 3. Tips for Orion main users. Side sig's really, really good. Don't only use it though. Honestly, just a lot of Orion mains are just really, really good at their weapons, and then use those SIGs in tricky spots. So like spear down sig can be really good when used effectively. Don't be too predictable with your spear neutral signature. If anything, fake it a lot. So just get it in their head that you're gonna do it, because obviously like if you're playing it at a high enough level, everyone's gonna know about spear neutral signature. So you just use that to your advantage and just kind of mind game them and go for more like down airs or weapon bounces, things like that. Don't do it on the stage like that. It's not that great on stage, just because it just bounces you off the stage. But it can be really good still. What is good elo? A lot of people are going to tell you that you're not good until you hit diamond. I'm going to tell you that's literally just ridiculous, because top 50% of people who play the game are gold. Or actually no, silver. Silver is 50%, and that's accounting for people who only play one rank game. Like that doesn't factor into it. Of the people who legitimately play rank game for as best as we can determine, 50% is silver. I can't answer the clans question. That's not what this stream's about. We've kind of answered it before. And honestly, next stream might be a really good place to hear it. Next Tuesday might be a really good place to hear about that. But I can't answer that on this stream. I don't have a good answer besides what's already been said, which is that I don't even remember what the answer used to be. Ugh. This is really sad gameplay, bro. It's silver. This is Remix learning his character. I need to see what he's doing. He's actually pretty decent about spear ground pound. Oh, where'd that muscle memory go? That was nice. I don't know if he intentionally read the dodge. That was nice. Oh.
Yes.
Player 1 wins.
You did good.
Thank you.
I was watching that third stock, and you did well. You dropped a downlight combo, but
yes.
Other than that, you did fine. I think probably the biggest thing is kind of if you were able to notice how your Orion liked to play that spear. They kind of did what I told you spear players do, right? Like they go for that ground pound.
Right. Yep.
I think then you would have been fine. I think also your second stock, there's a lot of panic where they caught you with like a spear neutral signature and things like that. I think you're laughing because you felt that panic.
Oh yes.
So
my heart is pounding.
Yeah. You still did well. If you need to take a little bit of a breather, I'm actually gonna switch scenes because I think I need to press that button.
Hey, you witnessed me though climbing to 1201. That's the highest I've ever been since it started at 1200. Yeah, and I dipped.
That's good.
I actually, yeah, I know.
Actually made tangible progress.
Yes.
Okay. How did you feel though? You feel good?
I feel good.
Okay. Would you ever let Remix do viewer games? Absolutely. Just not right now. Chat. If you want to fight against Remix, there's a charity stream coming up, and you may be able to pay or donate to a good cause to fight Remix if you want.
Beat me up. I'll be beaten up for a good cause any day. Any day.
What weapons have active input? Spell my name correctly. Maybe I'll answer that. I'm just kidding.
3, 2, 1, brawl.
Weapons with active input. Scythe has active input on the light attacks, but there's some weapons with active input on their signatures. So like Petra Gauntlet side signature has active input. Things like that. It's usually Scythe as far as active input goes. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's usually Scythe characters. That's probably the easiest thing. You're forever stuck in gold. Rewatch your play. There's likely something that you're messing up. Your true combos, your spacing, maybe you're getting over eager. If you're stuck in gold, usually it's one of those three things that you're just like you're not hitting your combos. All right, I need to move to him. Sorry.
All right.
What was I gonna say? Someone asked a question. What is active input? So if you've played with Scythe, then you likely know what active input is. If you haven't played with Scythe, then you don't know, or maybe you're still new. Oh, that was a really good down sig. He knows the spacing. This is why I asked him to focus on one character. Okay. Active input, basically, so a lot of moves, if they hit one part, then there's a whole second part, right? Think of like bow side light or hammer neutral light, right? So you get the first part, and then you get a bunch of extra stuff afterwards. Weapons with active input can change what that stuff afterwards is. So you hit like a scythe neutral air, and if you don't do anything, it'll still do that kick upward. But if you do, you hit the neutral air and you push the other direction, then you'll like grab and then you'll throw the other way, right? So that's an active input. Same thing with like down sig, right? Like scythe, or sorry, down light, where it'll like grab and then it'll pop behind you, or you can grab and then kick forward. That's an active input, and it's all about what you press right after that first thing hits. And it's a specific direction for that active input. It's not like any direction. It's not all 8 directions have an active input. And for those of you who are expecting high gameplay, I don't know why you're expecting that. It's Remix. He's still a very new person. He's much like a lot of y'all who are just getting into the game and have only been playing for maybe a couple weeks. With the difference being that Remix has me helping him try to play better. I do see Remix is starting to fall into that like, yeah, okay. He's starting to fall into that like really early trap of, I want to hit my opponent. I'm gonna keep going forward towards my opponent, and that's I think what is happening here. And someone asked me if I taught Remix punishing. I gave him some general understanding of punishing, but obviously not well enough. Part of punishing is knowing your opponents, and it's really hard.
Lost it.
In
everything
to learn all 50 legends. He needs to learn more legend. Just like he needs more game knowledge before.
Can't hear you if you're talking to me.
You're fine. Your first stock was really good. You did so good. And your second stock started really strong too, and I was really excited. So I started just being like, all right, I think he's got this.
Yes.
When I started noticing you were falling is like towards that last stock. I think what happened was that you have 2 issues. One is you're starting to get into this really early trap of, I just want to go and hit my opponent. So whenever they hit you away, you're immediately thinking, okay, how do I just go right back at their face? So you're just like dodging at them or just running at them. And sometimes when someone hits you away, it's in your best interest to just be like, okay, you hit me away. Let's reset. Let me just like catch my breath. I'm over here. All right, then we can go back in.
Right.
So that's just a thing to keep in mind, is to not constantly like think, okay, go. If you get hit like 5-6 times, that should be like a mental check to be like, okay, let me just woe back for a hot sec. The other thing is you didn't have the best matchup knowledge. You don't know how the SIGs work for Caspian Diamond Head.
Right.
So you're kind of just like watching him do a SIG and then standing there like, wait, how do I punish that? And that's just going to come with playing. But specifically on that last end, you did want to kind of like not throw out too many signatures because you don't have that matchup knowledge. Putting out signatures puts you in recovery frames, which makes you really vulnerable. And that's what happened at the very end. You threw out the down SIG and they punished you and killed you. And so it's in your best interest to be like, okay, you know what? I don't know how you play this character. I don't know the SIGs of that character, but I do know my character. And I know when you're really far out there, my bow downlight has a lot of range. I can use my bow downlight relatively safely. Oh, he has a thing that beats it out. Okay, well, now I can try out something else, but it's still a safe tool that I have, you know?
Right. Yes.
Okay.
So I should not be so eager to just get back in there.
Yeah. Sometimes you want to just...
And I felt that.
Just chill.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to mute to you again. Good luck.
Okay. Thank you.
It can be tough. I'm not going to lie. Playing ranked on stream is really, really hard. Just because like all y'all playing at home don't have thousands of people watching you. Okay, I don't mean this as an attack, by the way, but there's just a different level of pressure, and I very much sympathize with Remix and Surus and anyone else who has had to play ranked on this stream. Is that it can be really tough. Okay. I gotta watch him for a sec. It seems like he's gonna get caught by these Mako Sigs. Oh, okay, good reaction. Oh, didn't go for the down low. This is him. He's thinking. It's okay. He's breathing. He's not panicking. A little bit of panic. It's okay.
Dang it.
Oh, he held that a little too long. That's okay. Okay, that was nice. I almost wanted to see him switch to sword earlier. Just it seemed like he didn't know what to do with his bow in that matchup. Oh, I think the music's stuck. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Did I teach him about edge guarding? I don't think anyone silver or lower should try to edge guard. Maybe I'm being overly critical of people silver and lower, but I don't think you need to edge guard. I think if you're silver and lower, work on your neutral game. Work on playing on stage before you have to worry about going off stage. You can definitely destroy people in silver and lower with edge guarding, but I don't think that should be a part of your focus. Your focus should be surviving the edge guard and getting back on stage. That's my opinion, at least. Remix plays on controller. He used to play on keyboard when he first started, and then he's decided, you know what, I think I'm more comfortable on controller. So he's playing on a PS5 controller. He is a little bit slow on his 3P, and I couldn't tell if that was intentional, like he's trying to timing, or if he's just being slow on it, which is a bit tricky. Because the timing can be really, really good, but there's a lot of times, I think, at his elo, where if he had just gone for it, could have been just super easy. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, he got him.
Player 2 wins.
Where's my unmute button? Okay. Two things, I think. First one is you did the same thing of just kind of like reactionary, just like going at them, which I don't expect you to change in a game. You know, it's fine. The other thing is so on your first stock, you had a lot of damage built up, and then like there was I want to say at least like a minute or two where you're just kind of jumping around them, and it seemed like you didn't really know what to do when they started throwing out all these SIGs and stuff like that.
Right.
I would say whenever you're in a situation and you're like, wow, it really feels like I don't have anything in my weapon kit to do anything here. Try switching weapons. It's not the end of the world. Maybe sometimes your weapon is not the right weapon for the job. Because the second you switched over to your sword, which you were forced to do, you got the knockout. So I'd like to see that kind of happen, is just like, okay, you know what? I'm feeling awkward on this weapon. Let me try the other weapon. And then the other thing for that is I think you need to practice your bowstring. I don't know. You're doing a thing where it's like there's like a slow stutter, and I don't know if it's intentional or not. But there's a couple times where I think if you had just gone for the straight like bow, side light, down light, neutral light at the fastest speed it can go, I think it would have been really effective. But
yeah, I think I was just missing it.
Okay.
I was squeezing this controller so hard, and then
it's okay. You can relax.
Yeah.
You don't. It's okay. If you need a breather, that's fine too. But you're doing well. I'll let you know that.
Yeah.
I'll give you a third thing, which is I didn't want to say it because it's just really hard to conceptualize right before a match. But your spacing is a bit awkward. You're going for like longer ranging things when they're really close.
Right.
And I think that's just kind of not really knowing your weapons distances well. So for instance, like they were, I would say like a couple inches in front of you, and you're doing like a bow downlight, which has really far reach. So you want to usually do a sidelight in that position. And then conversely, they were far away and you're doing a sidelight. And I'm like, okay, well, that's just like not sure which way to press in that situation, but that's okay.
Yeah. Yep. All right. I think we have time for one more.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, time for
I don't know if sometimes chat likes us to go like 10 or 20 seconds late.
I'm sure that no one's going to be upset if we go over by a little bit.
Yeah.
Except for maybe this one person who's putting Bible thumbs in chat.
Right.
All right, I'll mute. Good luck.
Okay. Thank you.
Someone had a question. I don't remember it because I was talking to Remix. But feel free to post your questions if I missed it, and I'll try to answer it if it's answerable. Yeah, I think someone asked about my elo. I hit diamond every season. I got my diamond this season, and then I'm good. I'm chilling. Can I lick your feet? I'm not into that, and I'm taking it, so I'm sorry. Probably not. I'm gonna be honest. Why do we time limit streams? Just because streams aren't our main job. We do these streams because we enjoy hanging out with the community, talking to the community, trying to provide content for the community. But this is not what our jobs are. And so after the stream's over, we go eat lunch and then go back to our normal day-to-day job. Teach him kill combos. I did teach him kill combos. I taught him downlight recovery on sword. I taught him downlight recovery on bow. I taught him downlight and sig earlier on stream. Chat remembers that. Taught him downlight side air, which he's pretty okay at. Although I don't think I've seen him hit it in his ranked matches today. Yeah, I've taught him some stuff. It's just a matter of if he can do it. Sword versus blasters tip. So generally speaking, the thing about blasters is blasters have a lot of range. That's kind of like the thing about blasters, right? So usually in that sword matchup, usually as the sword player, your job is to try to stay on top of the blasters player, and then they're going to try to do everything they can to get you off of them. So they'll usually go for a lot of downlights or jumping down airs. Those are kind of like the two big things. So just kind of expect that your blasters or your sword neutral light will win out. Nice recovery there. Your sword neutral light will outspeed, but your job is to try to stay stacked up. Know that they're going to go for these kind of try to get off the kind of tools. The other thing about that is, generally speaking, blasters don't have the strongest 45-degree anti-air. So like Isaiah's neutral sig covers that spot, so he can be really tough. But in converse, Ada doesn't have a good anti-air blasters neutral signature, right? So you usually want to be going along that channel because for the most part they don't have the best tools to get around that. You'll see a lot of blasters players go for like nairs, like dash jump nairs, because it'll be a little bit lower. That you just gotta play smartly around those anti-airs, but usually air approaches can be really good against blasters players as long as you're not getting walled out by blasters side air. Wushang combos. Does he have any combos into his SIGs? I don't think so. It's just standard combos. And then you're usually going for dodge reads for the SIGs. Who do I main? I main Taros. I've played Taros since Taros was added to the game, and everyone thought Taros was garbage, and now everybody gets salty about Taros' existence. But I've mained Taros since he was added to the game. How to counter Lance? Usually vertical play. Lance has really, really strong horizontal play. So, you know, side air, down air, things like that. So the counter that is to go for a vertical play. Like sword, down air, sword neutral airs from below, things like that. Beginner blasters tips. Practice downlight side air. Practice hitting your side light. It's super fast, really good spacing tool. If you miss one of those, throw out a neutral light or a jumping downer. Those are usually really good ways to protect yourself. But yeah, just practice those things. Blasters can be really tricky. Boomy's got some of the best blasters in the game, and it's just really hard to just keep track of his flow. But if you want to learn good blasters, you can just go watch some Boomy play. Any Yumiko tips? Honestly, lately, the Yumikos have been popping off. Throwing out those wisps a lot. He's doing a lot of just, like, trying to air approach. Sorry, I'm gonna watch remix for a sec. But Yumiko wisps have been really, really good. That's what I've been seeing Yumikos do really well with. A lot of Yumikos have some insane hammers. So just practice that hammer. Oh, no. That's, again, him not knowing spacing. He did downlight there. He has such good starting stocks. I don't know what happens. Okay. Let's see if he can clutch up. Sorry, chat. I won't be able to answer questions. I'm going to just watch remix for a sec. Okay. I kind of wish he went for an attack off that. He did downlight and neutral light, and then he did nothing. He like jumped. He was right in position, but he didn't do anything. Good job. You played well.
Thank you.
You played well. I'm sure that was a bit of a tough one. Do you want me to give you tips, or do you want me to just?
Yes.
Okay.
Tips are good.
Okay.
Other people are learning too.
Okay. Yeah. Again, you had a really good starting. Whoa, puberty. You had a really good starting stock, and then I started to be like, okay, I trust you to keep that momentum going. Towards the tail end there, there's a couple things that happened. One was you were doing the same thing of just like going in. You were approaching the same way a lot of times is what I noticed. So there was a point where you're kind of just like dodge, or you're like jumping over them and then dodging at them in the air, and they were just hitting you with like a side light, and then you would immediately jump and dodge at them in the air, and they hit you with another side light. So just practicing approaching is going to be really, really helpful. And then again, the spacing, I think there was one point where you were doing like a bow downlight and they were just right on top of you and they hit you with like a side sig or something like that.
Right.
So that's just like you not really knowing your ranges of your attacks or what attacks to do in the best spot. Which again, that's just it's gonna come with practice and play. And probably the last thing is at the very end there, I was really excited for you because you had your bow. You spaced it out right. You did a downlight, neutral light. You jumped. They were right on top of you, and then you did nothing. You floated away.
Right.
I think we talked about this like when you first picked up Koji. Is like by the nature of how Koji is, you can do a lot of things just on raw reaction. So if you just see them in that spot, and you're just like, okay, he's stacked up on me in the air. Bow neutral air, fantastic tool. Just like having a little. I don't know how to teach reactions, but just like knowing what tools to use in that situation will help you react better.
Right. And I think I know where you're talking about because I was thinking, I should have done the neutral right there.
Yeah.
He just spins around and Yep. All good points.
Yeah, but that's okay. Again, I think where you're hitting a wall a little bit here is just some like gameplay knowledge where you're just like not as experienced playing against certain characters. A similar situation like against this Hattori. Here's a good rule of thumb. Is if somebody is really far on the other side of the stage and they're charging up a sig and you don't know what it is, bow downlight works 70% of the time.
Gotcha.
Bow downlight can be really, really good. You can also go for bow side signature if you have a better general idea of the range that hits. But bow downlight works, I'd say at least 70% of the time. That does remind me though. I wanna commend you because you played against the Mako earlier, and I forgot to tell you this. The Mako was doing a bunch of side sigs, and you're doing a really good job of just like jumping over those side signatures. And I was really happy for you because I was like, that's just a good like. Okay, I don't know how the side sig hits, but I know that it goes in a horizontal direction. I'll just jump over it. I'll be safe. I'm fine. And I was really happy that you're doing that. So I just want to let you know that was a good thing.
Cool. I did a good thing.
You did.
Yeah, I've definitely gotten better. Definitely more confident. And I do feel like it's, play a few matches. If you lose, it's kind of like you're at a casino. Hey, I can get back in there and win it all back. So, and that's how it's been. The good thing is I've been yo-yoing upwards.
That's
So,
good.
you know,
That's good.
a new peak today, and it'll be a new peak tomorrow. So,
Well, absolutely. You'll have plenty of time to practice. I know. Okay, we'll tell you, chat. We're gonna be out next week. Remix and I will be out. So it'll be Slash and Foda playing some twos next week for y'all. Other things going on in the world of Brawlhalla as we try to wrap up stream is there's a Discord emoji contest that I heard about. I don't know a lot about the details of it, so apologies for not being able to say more. But if you go over to discord.gg/Brawlhalla, and that'll link you to the Brawlhalla Discord. I'm sure there's some good resources there to figure out what's going on in the emoji world. And if your emoji gets picked, then you could become an emoji on the Brawlhalla Discord, and they'll put your socials in public spaces and things like that. It'd be really cool. I don't know. If you're an artist, check it out. Other than that, we
that's
have
cool.
The charity stream coming up April 16th. Spring championship signups are up. Smash.gg/Brawlhalla. Yeah, all sorts of amazing stuff going on in the world of Brawlhalla. Brawlhalla.com is always a great place. If you don't know what's going on in the world of Brawlhalla, check that out. But that's going to be it for our stream. It is 5 minutes over, so anyone asking for more time, I'm afraid you already got it.
Yeah. They're rich in time today.
Yeah,
this
we
is a
did.
good one.
Give y'all some
I wish
extra.
I could have finished it on a win, but hey, I did my best today.
That's okay. I
Yeah.
honestly I respect your ability to put your hands up and say, okay, it's over, because I'm a person who has to go out on a win. I will admit that.
Yeah. I don't know. They would love it because it'd be 2-3 hour stream. No, I'd get one, but yeah, this was fun.
We should do
fun.
that for a Friday stream. It's it's the exact opposite. It's we'll play until you win. Once you win, stream's over. But if you don't win, stream keeps going. How's
Right.
that sound?
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah, we could do that.
Give up a Friday. But okay, we're gonna raid some Brawl League TV. Go give love to Brawl League. Again, fantastic community. But that's it for our stream today. Again, we have more streams Monday, Tuesday, Friday. If you're short on time on your rewards track or whatever, just make sure you watch those streams, because that's where you'll get it. But thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day, a wonderful weekend, and we'll see y'all next time. I can't press the raid button. What happened? Wait, hold on. I can't. Oh, it's counting down. But yeah, we're gonna go raid Brawl League TV.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.